Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for another week of Just a Fan Podcast. Yes, sir. All right. It's a lot that's happened since the last show, so let's get going with these introductions. I am the quarter host, the football mind NFL encyclopedia, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this whole thing, Coach Williams, that direction. Trish TV, the quarterback that runs this whole thing, man. What's up?
What's going on? Glad to be on. Praying that my daughter behaves herself while, while I do this thing. But glad to be on, man. Football is near.
Hey man, the Hall of Fame game is on Thursday. The Hall of Fame game is on Thursday, man. I just want to see some of it so I can get some of that itch out of me.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
Down below, coming from the same city as Swisher House Studios, Pando 316, the defensive mind of this whole thing. What's up, man?
Good guy with the black hat. Hey, listen, man, let me show you something. So my on-air persona, real quick, my on-air persona was based off of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because you know my catchphrase is, you could talk about your owners and your coaches and your players. Well, Pando 316 says I just proved you wrong. Well, as you know, our subscriber list is growing, and I'm an educator. And one of my students made this shirt for me. Like, he's like, okay, you're not Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're better than Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mr. Wright. So we want you to have this shirt. So he made me a shirt that says Pando 316. On the back, it says, I just proved you wrong. Shout out to Christian Herrera Moran. That's one of my students. He made this shirt for me. He made one for himself. He's a fan of the show. If you watch it right now, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate this shirt. He also made me a hoodie. So when it gets colder outside right now, it's hotter than the core of the sun in South Texas. So won't be wearing a hoodie anytime soon unless I'm 15. But thank you so much for the shirt. I'm not wearing the Austin 316 shirt anymore. I'm wearing a Pando 316 shirt. Thanks to one of my students. And he's got talking about making merchandise for the whole podcast, which I'm like, cool. So if you like to buy a Pando 316 t-shirt, you're a fan of mine, just hit me up. I'll let you know. I'll give you his information and he'll make them for you. That's his side hustle. I don't get any of the money. He's just making the shirts. So thanks again, Christian. John,
yeah, boy.
For sure.
There he is right there.
Christian, I wear a 2X. I already talked to your teacher. I wear a 2X. He gonna get all the details from me. I'm definitely getting a shirt from you, boss man. Shout out to you. That was.
We about to make you some money, dog. For real.
Hey, 2X as well. Well, you get all the details from me as well. So we'll talk. Anyway.
All right, let's get into it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, short of all ages, like I just said, a whole lot has happened since we last met on the show. A lot of controversy. Sean Payton, the current head coach of the Denver Broncos, decided to throw offensive coordinator for the Jets, Nathaniel Hackett, who coached the Broncos last year for not a full season, and just threw him under the bus. He said something like, you left this team in the trash heap, and I had to get him out. So And then Aaron Rodgers, who defended his current and former offensive coordinator from time being with the Packers and now with the Jets, says keep my coach's name out of your mouth. Okay? So, Pando, what do you think about this whole thing, man?
First of all, Sean Payton can say whatever he want to say. Sean Payton got Harwell as a head coach. Sean Payton ain't never been fired as a head coach. So that's the first thing. Nathaniel Hackett's only claim to fame is being an offensive coordinator for Aaron Rodgers, which that's not saying a whole lot. If I got AI in my house running everything, I don't have to do a whole lot. That's what I'm saying. Like you're literally like you don't have to do much. Like that's offensive coordinator for transcendent quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, and I'm gonna use Peyton Manning for an example. Tom Brady, guys like that. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, who's on a lower tier than those two, but he's still great. Dude, you ain't gotta do much as an offensive coordinator.
Nope.
You call a play, hey man, I ain't running that. Okay, do what you want, Aaron. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers goes out, throws 50, 11,000 yards, wins a bunch of games. You look like a genius, and you parlay that into a head coaching job where you actually have to call some plays and develop talent. And we saw how that wound up in Denver. So, I mean, Sean Payton was a little petty. His petty was on 10, but I mean, no lies told. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, you know, I get Aaron Rodgers defending his guy, but I'll be like, I'm kind of like, I'd be on the side not really saying nothing because I'd be like, yeah, man, you are kind of cheeks, dog, as a coach, man. Like, I made you. Aaron Rodgers made Nathaniel Hackett, not vice versa.
Exactly.
So, you know, and Nathaniel Hackett went and got another good quarterback who's a tier lower than Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson and made him look like complete cheeks. Made him look terrible.
Yes.
And it's like, I know some people say, well, it's Russell Wilson. He's on decline. He's never was that really that good. I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm not mistaken, the Broncos played the Jets this season.
I think week 3 or 4.
I think it's week 7. I
think it's week 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
And hey man, I don't care about the Broncos or the Jets, but you can bet that I'm gonna watch that game.
Hey, look, that game needs to be on TV.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that game. That's like you setting up a heavyweight bout, even though they ain't heavyweights just yet.
Well, it probably will be on TV now.
Yeah. I mean, you setting up a heavyweight bout with all of the back and forth and this, that, and the third, you know, and it's like, okay, they finna get some ratings off of that. People who do not care about either one of these teams, based on what has been said in the last few weeks, are gonna watch that game. But I tell you what,
last few weeks, last few days, man.
I got more faith in Sean Payton.
Oh yeah, don't doubt.
And that's no reflection on Robert Saleh because Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded coach, and he's made his bones. So we're gonna see what the Jets' offense looks like in comparison to the Broncos' offense. And guess what? It's all Nathaniel Hackett because your head coach is a defensive head coach. So he gonna give you the reins and say, do you? And if it doesn't look good, it's gonna be Nathaniel Hackett's fault. If it looks really good, it's gonna be Nathaniel Hackett's doing. If the Broncos 180 this season and start balling out, and Russell Wilson goes back to looking like the old Russell Wilson, we'll know that's Sean Payton because he had Nathaniel Hackett and they were awful. You know what I'm saying? And then Sean Payton comes in. Oh, wait a minute, they actually they playing some football. You know, so again, my money's on Sean Payton. Sean Payton has never been fired from a head coaching job. That's all.
And Sean Payton knows quarterbacks.
And he knows quarterbacks.
Hey! I've said on the show before, and I said it again. The man got Kerry Collins to the Super Bowl. He got Quincy Carter to the playoffs.
Look it up.
He developed Tony Romo, and Drew Brees won the Super Bowl and is going to the Hall of Fame. So there you have it.
Hey, if he can't turn Russell Wilson's career around, Russell Wilson need to go to the house.
Yes,
that's how I feel about Sean Payton as a coach.
And be in Sierra's next music video.
Right.
T.
Well, the whole thing is that you just shouldn't have said it. It's like a unspoken code for coaches. You just don't dog another coach out like that. He ain't say nothing incorrect, and that's what everybody's been saying. He ain't say nothing incorrect. I mean, film don't lie, tape don't lie. I mean, I'm still not going to forget that you had a minute and some change left in the game, and instead of calling a timeout to regroup and figure out what you're doing, you literally let 52 seconds run on the clock and then call a timeout to send your kicker out to kick a 62-yard field goal. How many plays you think you could have gotten out in 52 seconds had you just managed the clock better? You had 2 timeouts. So it's not like Sean Payton said anything incorrect. It's just you're not supposed to say it. You're just not supposed to. It's just an unspoken rule. It's like, yeah, we know Nathaniel Hackett did trash, but you ain't supposed to say it. And then I think what made it worse was that he was like, all the attention and all that stuff going over to the Jets. You hired Nathaniel Hackett as your offense coordinator over there at the Jets. They're going to be on Hard Knocks and all that stuff. It's like, so you kind of sent astray over to Robert Saleh, who didn't say anything about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what made Aaron Rodgers now come out and be like, yo, like, you talking about my guys. Like, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened in Denver, that's what happened in Denver. You over there, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And I think there are some people that are good at being, position minds and not necessarily head coaches. That's a whole different level to do to manage everything.
Yes,
You
it
have to
is.
think about everything. I think Nathaniel Hackett, although we know more of the genius is with Aaron Rodgers, of course, but I'm not going to sit and think like, well, Nathaniel Hackett can't coach offense without Aaron Rodgers. We just think him managing a team. So you got to think about offense, defense, special teams, all that stuff. I don't think he was prepped for that. I don't think he was good for that. But him being the offensive coordinator might be suited for him, especially having Aaron Rodgers there, that they could bounce ideas off each other. Look, listen now. Aaron Rodgers ain't a person to mince words. If he says that he's a good coach, I kind of want to give him the benefit, because Aaron Rodgers ain't going to give you no seal of approval if you ain't that. Clearly,
He got Mike McCarthy fired.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't going to mince words. So if he says Nathaniel Hackett is a good football mind, I want to tend to lean towards that.
Well, he might be good at weekly game planning and stuff, and like you said, bouncing ideas between him and Aaron Rodgers on what to do for that next opponent for that week. So, but as far as like calling plays and stuff, it's still. I'm not saying everything is on Aaron Rodgers, but it's easier when you have a quarterback like a Aaron Rodgers.
I
It's
agree.
much easier when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers.
I listen. It's good when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. It's good when you have a quarterback like Tom Brady. It's good when you have a quarterback like Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Heck, even more on the talent aspect, it's good to have a quarterback like Brett Favre. It's good to have a quarterback like Michael Vick. And I'm talking about on talent aspect, where you can just put him out there and he's like, hey, make it shake for me, baby. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But again, Aaron Rodgers is not going to mince words. And you're not going to tell me that Nathaniel Hackett got hired without Aaron Rodgers' sign of approval.
Oh no, he did. He did.
So
That's why he ended up in New York Jets. And that's why after Nathaniel Hackett was there, everybody was like, well, Aaron Rodgers, it's only a matter of time for Aaron Rodgers to end up in New York. All national media was on top of that one.
exactly. So
Well, I guess, like I said before, I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. Is Aaron Rodgers plays a major role in the success that Nathaniel Hackett
absolutely.
had, and basically, obviously, it's been shown that Aaron Rodgers, has a thing for Nathaniel Hackett. I got your back, dog. he came out and barked right back, Sean Payton. Yes, and I do agree. Sean Payton didn't have to say nothing, but when he did open his mouth, it wasn't like he was telling any lies. So,
Listen. As great of a football mind, and I know we're gonna go to the next topic. Great of a football mind that you are, you still gotta have that dude to run the show for you. You
yes.
still gotta have that guy.
Yeah, you do.
All right, Mike
Yeah,
Shanahan, as brilliant as Mike Shanahan wasn't Mike Shanahan until he was able to get John Elway. All right, as brilliant as Bill Walsh was, Bill Walsh didn't get that recognition until Joe Montana came in there. Like you still gotta have that dude to be able to run the show. So I mean, Andy Reid. Look at Andy Reid, what he did with Donovan McNabb. Look what he did with Alex Smith. He made their careers great, but it ain't reached the heights that Patrick Mahomes got his. Listen, so you need that dude at the helm to be able to orchestrate your offense to maximize it to the best of its ability. So yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers definitely plays a heavy hand. When we talking about one of the football geniuses of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for week 7 because I'm going.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to watch it for sure.
If this was, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any stretch of the imagination, but if this was an attempt to create an atmosphere of excitement about two teams not very many people are excited about, mission accomplished. They understood the assignment. The NFL is like, okay, hey, we need you to say this. It's almost like pro wrestling. When they set up the next big feud in pro wrestling, they always have something happen outside the ring, and they start to get into it, and then they setting up, and the tension builds into the next big pay-per-view, and then it's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock or whatever. Yeah. And it's like everybody wants to watch it now because it's been building up for the last few weeks on Monday Night Raw or whatever like that. I honestly hope they keep going because I'm here for it. I'm going to get me some popcorn and I'm going to watch. I want to see what's going to happen, man. I really do. So, again, this was a game I had no intention of really paying close attention to until this stuff started happening. So, mission accomplished.
All right. Well, that wasn't the only controversy that happened since we last been on air. Indianapolis, home of the Colts. We have a feud between running back and owner. Running back wants to get paid $16 million a year. I'm gonna summarize Jim Irsay. He said, heck no. Jim Irsay also claimed that Jonathan Taylor has a back problem. He's ready to put him on non-football injured list and not pay him this year. Jonathan Taylor came out and said, I do not have a back injury. Check your sources. We have a clash in Indianapolis.
So, can I go first on this?
Yes,
I'm going to say.
Please go first.
Okay, so when you're looking at this particular kerfuffle that's going on in Indianapolis between Jim Irsay and Jonathan Taylor, if you really look into it in depth, both of them are like ludicrous in their own ways.
Yeah,
they are both. First of all, let me say this: Jim Irsay, with Daniel Snyder selling the Commanders now, Jim Irsay has moved up into the number one spot as the worst owner in the NFL.
Factual.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question. He's worse than the Texans owner.
Yeah, because at least the Texans are actually looking like they can turn some stuff around.
Okay.
Right.
And
it remains to be seen, but everything, all the writing on the wall says, okay, this looks like okay, but yeah, he's pretty bad. Jonathan Taylor, you know how they always say know your worth. Jonathan Taylor has an inflated value of his worth based on the running back market. And we've talked about it ad nauseum the last couple of weeks, talking about the running back market in the NFL.
Definitely.
So he wants $16 million a year. Who finna pay that? That Jim Irsay's not wrong for saying, I'm not paying you that. You lost your doggone mind. Now, I believe his particular cap hit this particular year for Jonathan Taylor. I think it's like a $4 million cap hit because this is his last year of his contract. And I could understand him wanting a little bit more. The issue is 16 million, son, is you crazy? Derrick Henry right now, his cap hit is 16.3 for this coming season. And they were already talking about possibly trying to trade him. But you know what? They can't trade Derrick Henry because nobody's going to pay that to a running back.
Nope.
Especially someone like Derrick Henry.
With his particular playing style.
Yeah.
You know, Nick Chubb gets 14.8 this season. You know, after that, Saquon is the next one in line, and he just got his new deal. That's $10 million. But here's the thing. Watch this. I like Jonathan Taylor. I think he's a good running back, but he's not on the tier of a Nick Chubb or a Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey, who's going to make, I believe, 12, in the coming years. But they just redid his deal. Why did they redo his deal? Because they know he's a running back. So the fact that Jonathan Taylor is sitting up here talking about I'm worth $16 million a year, son, in what alternate universe are you in where you think you're gonna get $16 million a year?
You might be worth $6 to $8 million a year, but not no 16.
Thank you. In this market, the market is over. We talked about it last week and the week before. The market is oversaturated and the value is low. Bottom line. And guess what? Some markets, they go up and down. They go up and down. The running back market is not finna come back up. That sadly is not finna come back up.
You let me know when I can go.
Okay. Yeah, man. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to get off in a rant here, but that's the first thing. That's what's wrong with Jonathan Taylor. Okay. Expecting that much money. Should he get a new contract? Yeah. But $16 million is ludicrous. How Jim Irsay is ludicrous is sitting up here making up, throwing stuff up in the atmosphere, talking about we're going to put him on the NFI list and say he got a bad back, so we don't have to pay him. That's foul. Get that man his $4-something million and let him play out his contract and then let him be a free agent after that.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
really don't think he's worth $16 million, rightfully so, if you don't think he's worth $16 million, okay, thank you, sir. Good luck in free agency. We're going to give you an offer. Here's about 9.8, something like that. You don't want to take that? Okay, sir. Good luck in free agency. We can draft a running back, not even in the first 3 rounds, that could probably do what you do. If we got a scouting department, that's good enough. And that's how most teams are thinking now. So it's not like it's just Jim Irsay thinking like that. It's the other 32 teams. 31 teams. They're like, hey, man, why are we paying these running backs? The life expectancy of a running back in NFL is extremely low. It's one of the lowest career expectancies.
It might be the lowest.
It might be actually. If we need to look that stat up. If you the man, Brandon. You I know you come up with that stat in a heartbeat. But why are we paying all this money to somebody that their best years might be 3, 4, maybe 5 years? When I go get a rookie, put him on a rookie deal, 4 years. Okay. If he wants to take a reasonable re-signing contract, we'll do it. But if he I want this, that, and the third. Okay, good luck in free agency, sir.
Have fun.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Bijan Robinson when his rookie deal is up, because they say he lighting it up in camp. And I think he's a great back. But he going to be the next one. Hey, man, I want this, man. You better go on somewhere. Tristan, you got it.
So I wanted to, look up the stats of the running backs because of the money he's asking for. I wanted to look at the numbers for all the running backs that we have in that elk. I only did 3: Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Alvin Kamara. So when I look at Jonathan Taylor's stats, okay, so from 2020 to 2022, he ran for over 1,100 yards in 2020, ran for 1,800 yards in 2021. That's when he was had some of them MVP votes. And then last season, he ran for 861. We know he had the injury. He counted for 11 touchdowns, 18 touchdowns. He only had 4 touchdowns last year. Okay. Receiving, okay, so now let's subtract from 2022 because he was hurt. 2020 and 2021, just receptions. I ain't even talking about yards. Receptions, 36 and 40. 36 receptions in 2020, 40 receptions in 2021. I'm just going to go off the first 3 years of the other running backs. Christian McCaffrey, his first 3 years, he was sharing time in 2017, so he only had 435 yards rushing. Then he had over 1,000 yards, then 1,300 yards in 2018 and 19. Receptions. Christian McCaffrey, rookie season, had 80 catches. Christian McCaffrey, second season, 107 catches. Christian McCaffrey, third season, 116 catches. That's Christian McCaffrey, right? Saquon Barkley, first 3 seasons. Rookie season, 91 catches. Second season, 52 catches. Third season, had 6 catches. That's when he had the injury. Came back, had 41 catches and 57 catches, respectively. Alvin Kamara, rookie season, 81 catches. Second season, 81 catches. Third season, 81 catches.
You better preach.
What I'm saying is, you have to be a weapon in order to warrant the kind of money that these three, well, not Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, because Saquon ain't even get that money. Them two guys got their money because they are equally as dangerous in the air as they are on the ground.
Dual threat.
They're legitimate dual threats, not running backs that occasionally catch a swing pass here and there. No, we're talking about guys that can line up in the slot, guys that they put outside. To have Alvin Kamara's lowest catch was 47 catches. The man did 81, 81, 81, 83, 47, 57. You are making wide receiver type receptions for the season. Wide receiver number. Christian McCaffrey had over 100 catches twice in his career, and you know that's only going to go up. As a running back, I don't even want to go back to Le'Veon Bell, because that Le'Veon Bell, Pittsburgh Le'Veon Bell was the same way. That's why he got the money from the Jets. Now, he fell off a cliff, but he was built that way. So Jonathan Taylor is a great back. I'm not even going to say like he's good. He's a great back, but he is more of the traditional, now looking like old school running back. Now, he got some hands, but they're looking for you to be a thumper. That's what you are. You're a thumper with breakaway speed. When he was at Wisconsin, that's how they rated him when he was coming out. He was just this great back that you can tote the rock 25, 30 times a game. But guess what? 25, 30 times a game ain't going to win all these football games. Look at Derrick Henry, averages like 22 touches a game. How far have the Titans gone? So you have to increase your game. There was one major indictment on the running back position by a running back that was said, and it was Travis Etienne. And I should have pulled it up, but I'm just going to paraphrase right now. Travis Etienne was interviewed during their training camp one day. I think it was sometime last week, and he said, you have to market yourself as more of a dual threat weapon. Absolutely. He said it does not work anymore to just be a guy that can run through the tackles. And here you go. I was able to get the quote up. So this is Travis Etienne after a training camp practice. This is what he said. He said, the market is what the market is. For me to go out there and get the best deal for myself, I have to come out here and work hard each and every day. If I don't produce or be productive, I'm not going to even be in that conversation when they're looking to pay me. The best thing I can do is win games for this football team. It kind of depends on the kind of back you are. You see some backs get paid like Christian McCaffrey. He catches the ball out of the backfield. For running backs moving forward, you have to diversify the game. You have to be more than just a downhill bruiser in order to talk about any leverage. That is from Travis Etienne, one of the bright young running backs coming up in the league. And he is telling you that you have to be versatile. And he was one of the better versatile ones in Clemson. So he's going to get the opportunity to make that bag. With Doug Peterson down there and having Trevor Lawrence and all that stuff, and what they're doing with the wide receivers, so it's going to space out more, because Calvin Ridley's looking like fantastic out there. So he's going to get his chances to get Christian McCaffrey like numbers. He's telling you, you have to be this way in order to get that kind of bag. But if you're just going to be a downhill runner, just 3 yards in a cloud of dust,
Running up A gap.
it's not rocking no more. Not in today's NFL. It called fair or unfair, but it is what it is.
That's what it is, and you have to be able. It's a passing league at this particular point, and if you're not able to be effective in the passing game as a receiver, and then you left out one more important thing, Christian, you got to be effective as a pass blocker. A lot of times we need to stay in and block. You better be able to read blitzes and block, and then release and be an effective receiver. If you're not able to do all those things at a high level, you can't just do, I run between the tackles well and I kind of catch okay. No, sir, you're not finna get over 10 million.
Not enough.
You have to be exemplary. Like guys like Alvin Kamara, he's starting to decline a little bit, but let's just use him for an example. If we're talking about Alvin Kamara as in his prime, Alvin Kamara had the ability, if you asked him to play receiver full time, he could do it.
Right.
Christian McCaffrey is the type of player that if you asked him to play slot receiver full time, he could do it. Can we honestly say that about Jonathan Taylor?
No, not at all.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So you're asking for that level of money. And I also want to add to what you were saying, Tristan. We're talking about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry and Kamara got them deals a couple of years ago, so that the market was in a different place. Like, dare I say it, if they want to try to get new deals right now, they wouldn't get that money. They wouldn't, especially Derrick Henry. That's why the Titans was trying to get away from it. That $16 million cap hit, 16 and change. And it's like, whoa, it's just.
And it's
not to just sandbag on and dump on Jonathan Taylor, because Jim Irsay he's trash. He's a jerk because you putting out false claims about this man and trying to damage his trade value. You're trying to not pay him. That's trash.
Matter of fact, let me do this about Jim Irsay just to level the playing field.
Here we go.
Okay, because I did spit a lot of stuff about Jonathan Taylor, and I love Jonathan Taylor. I loved him since at Wisconsin. I thought he was solid. Let me say this about Jim Irsay. Do you realize that in Jim Irsay's tenure as the Colts owner, he's had Edgerrin James, Marshall Faulk,
get him,
Peyton Manning,
get him,
Andrew Luck,
get him.
You're talking about stalwart Hall of Fame type players. Now I know Andrew Luck's career didn't get to finish out, so we'd never know, but he was on the arc. What Jim Irsay does, and no one really pays attention to this because he's had this big Band-Aid for over a decade called Peyton Manning. Big Band-Aid. What he does is as soon as your body can't be of service to him on that football field, you are out the door. It's not even a thought. It's not even any kind of remorse. It's just you're gone. And some people might say, hey, that's smart business, but there has to be some level of loyalty to your guy that has done what he's done for your franchise.
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor's in the same situation. Edgerrin James is in the same situation. Edgerrin James wanted more money at the time. Edgerrin James was looking to get that money. He's like, yeah, you got a young QB here trying to get used to the league. You still want me at the bell cow. Back in the time where the running back was still a heyday position, was still a marquee position in the game. This is a guy that let Edgerrin James walk out the door. This is a guy that traded Marshall Faulk, y'all. Traded him. People don't even remember that Marshall Faulk was a Colt. Traded him. So it's
and it wasn't even, and they didn't even get a first round pick for him.
It wasn't even a first rounder for him.
And then parlayed that into 1,000 on the ground and 1,000 in the air with the Rams.
This was the person. This was the same owner that had Peyton Manning almost nearly begged to stay. And because he was like, well, we got the number one pick, we want to get Andrew Luck. Peyton Manning still had I wouldn't say 5 good years, but I would say about 3.5, 4 good years left in him still to play. Okay, this is a person that ran Andrew Luck in the ground ended up going to the Arizona Cardinals. You're absolutely correct, Antoine.
Yep.
Good to see you. And had Andrew Luck run to the ground to the point of retirement because he hid. Y'all, it's not that he just let Andrew Luck play. The man hid medical information that would have sidelined him for at least a year and a half. Like, this is that owner. So I don't want y'all to think because, oh, well, we're looking at it like he's so fair. And I know he's done some philanthropy. I've seen people try to defend him. I know he's done some philanthropy, and I get it. Listen, I'm saying when it comes to him and players as an owner, I'm talking about him as a human being. That's between him and God. I ain't got nothing for that. I'm talking about as an owner when it comes to players. This guy is not the guy to think like he's just going to take care of all his guys. He'll take care of you if you healthy. He'll take care of you if you healthy and you able to get back on that field for him, or he'll take care of you then. But the moment that you're damaged goods, you out of here. I pray for Anthony Richardson's health.
Yes.
In this franchise, because if Jonathan Taylor's not on this roster, you're basically saying that Anthony Richardson's got to be your guy. He's now your Cam Newton. That's what you're going to say, because the wide receivers that they got over there are not ready yet.
I'm very
and ain't one of his, I think one of the running backs that they have over there just got out of surgery.
Yeah, he's hurt.
I'm skeptical about Anthony Richardson's development in that program and what they're going to do to him, possibly run him into the ground. So I'm just not very high on the Colts organization. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think we picked them to be last this season coming.
Or close to it, because I mean, like Trisha said, the offense truly isn't ready.
Third. We picked Tennessee to be last. We picked the Colts to be third.
Yeah.
Tristan, you actually picked the Colts to finish second.
Yeah, this is before all this debacle stuff started taking place.
I mean, and to correct what I said before, it wasn't 4. It's 5.1 million he's due this year. That's it. His cap hit is 5.1 million. So why don't you cut your losses? If y'all got such bad blood, he's requested a trade. Go ahead and let that be somebody else's problem.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he won $16 million. So who's going to trade him for that $16 million?
But that's up to the other team.
That's up to that team. That hey man, because if you get him now, you're getting him for 5.1.
That's true.
You getting him for 5.1.
So I guess the question is, do you want him for as a 1-year rental?
And some teams might want to do that. They might say, you know what, let's go ahead and rent Jonathan Taylor for a year and then draft the guy.
Right, but to handcuff him, to just deliberately say you're not trading him for anything. You say you're not trading him now, and you're not trading him in October. Like, so you're basically just you're pinning him and daring him to sit out. Basically, that's what you're saying.
I'm gonna use a line from Justice League, the Zack Snyder version, either version. But remember when they revived Superman? Mm-hmm. And he grabbed Batman's face, took him up in the air. He says, "You won't let me live. You won't let me die."
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what he's doing. The tail is like, dude, okay, you don't want to pay him $16 million. You don't want to give him a new deal. Hey man, trade him at the 5.1. Cut your losses. Get whatever kind of doggone trade capital you can get.
Right.
With draft capital, that you can get, and then just move on.
Right.
But you Jim Irsay, are being a complete a-hole about the whole situation. Like, I've never seen somebody falsify a report that, oh, he's got back injury, we're going to put him on the NFI list just because you don't want to pay him $5.1 million. What kind of butthole move is that, man? You trash, dude. MVP running back. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever have another MVP running back. But if you just want to,
I think that's gone.
Yeah, but if
closest
you want
one
to
was Derrick Henry that 1 year since Adrian Peterson. I think that's it though.
Yeah, here's the thing. He's like, he says he's not gonna give him up for a bag of chips, but here's the thing: he's a running back, so they're gonna be some chips. There might be some good chips. It might be Lay's barbecue, but yeah, it's a bag of chips because the running back market is low. You can't. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a quarterback. He's not an edge rusher. He's not a corner. He is a running back,
He's not even
which
a
the
defensive
value is
tackle.
at the all-time low right now.
Yeah. I mean,
All-time low.
you and the thing is, again, I hate saying it like this because I don't want to make it seem like we dogging him, but he's just not in the upper echelon of those. I call them weapons. I don't even call them running backs. I call them weapons, and he's not up there. He's like the tier below, but he's not there. He's not
not
that
top
guy.
tier. No, he's not.
He's
top
not
tier.
that guy. And those guys they got their money. It's sad to say, but they did. It's only a couple. Now we might see people that got show flashes of that game, but you talking about if I'm playing against the Saints, the person I'm worried about is Alvin Kamara. I ain't worried about not another person on that offense. When I'm playing against the 49ers, the person I'm worried about is Christian McCaffrey. I ain't worried about nobody else on that offense. So he can catch out the backfield. My bad, you didn't even put this up, Brandon. It's because I'm looking at it.
I'm about to put it up now. Give me a second.
He can catch out the backfield, but it's more again. It's more than just swinging, doing a swing pass to your running back or out in the flat. We talking about, can you line this man up? Can he run a route tree? That's what I'm trying to say. Like these Alvin Kamara. I'm just going Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon legitimately can run a wide receiver route tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. Like, that's the difference. They paid Saquon his money, and the next day he made this diving catch in the end zone after doing this in and out route. Like, that's what you're getting from these guys. It's different. A prime Ray Rice was like that. A prime Ray Rice was that way. Yes, you could line him up anywhere you wanted to go. And he was solid for the Ravens. He was definitely good. If he didn't have those issues, he'd have had a decent career with the Ravens, because the Ravens do take care of their people.
Yeah, they do.
The Ravens will take care of their people.
Yes,
they are loyal.
Yes,
but yeah, I mean, it's just, and I think Bijan is the same. I mean, y'all saw them highlights Bijan did? He gonna be a problem for these.
He's going to be very good. He could very well be offensive rookie of the year, candidate for it. But the issue is going to be 4 years from now,
when he's ready to get his money.
Right. What is the market going to be? Because it's steadily declining, and it doesn't look like it's like the stock in running backs is like stock in VHS tapes right now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Unless you're an antique collector.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, okay, yeah, you can come play for us, but we're only going to give you X, Y, Z. And you're like, no, I want this because I can do it. No. You can have this. Well, why not? Because I can go find a guy after the third round. I can find a guy that can play just as well as you. Not to mention, we don't do bell cow stuff anymore. Nobody in their right mind does that anymore. It's 3 or 4 running backs shuffling in and out of the game. Bijan Robinson is going to be dope, but they still got that guy Algiers in Atlanta. I guarantee you he's going to get some burn too.
He's got to hope that Desmond Ridder is average.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way he got a chance to get some money. He better hope that he's average and just enough to still be the quarterback for them not to look for another quarterback, but not good enough that they can be like, we don't need a running back that needs to touch the ball 25, 30 times a game.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, it's a combination of the running back market, Jonathan Taylor having an overinflated sense of worth, and Jim Irsay just being a complete jerk. And being like, oh, Daniel Snyder's the worst owner in the league. Well, he's gone now. Jim Irsay, hold my beer.
Yep.
Like literally. That's just is terrible.
I'm so glad that I can say I no longer have the worst owner in football. I'm so so happy and relieved.
Jim Irsay is like, oh, it's my time, baby. It's my time. Let me go. Let me show you how much of a jerk I can be.
Hey Tristan,
I'm gonna make my whole fan base mad.
Hey Tristan, did you ever give Dan Snyder a parting gift?
It's not.
I can say where he got him, but I can't say it on the L.
Yeah, it's not for the show.
This is why we need a Patreon, y'all. This is why we need a Patreon. Give us some more subscribers.
But look, hey, most Washington Commander fans, that parting gift for Dan Snyder is these. That's what it start with. You can say you got the rest.
And gave him one of these.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let me ask this. Let me answer this real quick. I'm gonna make this real fast. This last one, where you said, "What's the deal with Antonio Gibson?" Antonio Gibson didn't fall off. Antonio Gibson is not in the system that utilizes his skill set. He is now with Eric Bieniemy. So watch out for Antonio Gibson this season. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, because Eric Bieniemy had Kareem Hunt, and I'm sure he's going to try to use Gibson similar to the way he used Hunt.
Yeah, Antonio wants to be. AG wants to be in space. He wants to be in space. Yeah, right, Eric. That's never happening.
No, I can never see this happen. I can never. If that happens, I'll be happy. I would love for that to happen, but it's not going to.
No, Terry's going to retire. He's going to retire.
That's like saying San Francisco going to trade Nick Bosa.
Yeah, Terry's going to retire in Washington. He's retiring in Washington. Yeah,
he's like, scary Terry.
Was that one?
That you know how you play fantasy and you had that option for those untradeable players on fantasy. Terry McLaurin, one of those.
Yeah. He locked in, baby.
Unreleasable, untradeable. Yeah, no. He
had
to like murder a bunch of people.
And John Fernando just got paid. He's not going anywhere.
Eric, listen, Eric is wishful thinking because he knows that he's a Colts fan.
So he's a Colts fan. Okay,
he understands
my condolences.
Yeah,
my condolences, Eric.
So he's on hoping a dream right now.
Yeah, Mike. I mean, and like I said, the offense is not ready yet. The defense, outside of a few players, ain't nothing to really, hold your hat on.
About.
I mean, you got DeForest Buckner, you got Shaq Leonard. And I'm hearing some good things about Kwity Paye, who they drafted a few seasons ago.
Yeah.
But outside of that, good luck.
Nah, Colts fans just got to be patient and hope that AR pans out to be the person he's supposed to be.
Well, they're going to have to work on his quick passing game because, I mean, everybody knows he can throw that ball, the length of the football field.
He's been doing good in camp. I've heard good things. I've heard good things in camp.
Hey.
And they say he's obsessed with that playbook, like obsessed. So I mean,
I'm sure he is.
I'm gonna hold out hope. I always root for black quarterbacks, so I'm gonna hold out hope.
Same here. Quarterbacks, pay cut. Aaron Rodgers, 2 years, $75 million.
They following the Tom Brady formula. He realized, hey man, I'm more interested in trying to win a championship than I am trying to get paid. I done made all my money. Tom Brady had this mentality. Pat Mahomes is starting to adapt that. He's verbally come out and said that. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna make all the money I'm gonna make. I want to win. So if I have to get paid less money, so you can pay this edge rusher, so you can pay this corner, so you can pay this receiver, vice versa, so on, so forth. Etc. I meant to say etc. Not vice versa. But if I need to make less money so these guys around me can get paid so we have the best team, then so be it. Brady started that, Pat Mahomes fell in, and Aaron Rodgers is following that formula, which makes sense.
He is seeing his football mortality. He sees his football mortality, and he's like, look, whatever it takes to make this work, we got to make this work. To give up $35 million guaranteed, like that was going to hit his direct deposit, y'all better be shopping for some pieces. Mm-hmm. Y'all better be 35 million. Think about that. They have 35 million to play with.
Yes, sir.
To get some quality pieces on a team that was already pretty solid.
Yeah.
Currently, their current cap situation is at about 23 million in cap space, which I want to say is about third in the league right now. So they're doing really good with that.
Listen, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if Dalvin Cook doesn't sign. I think it'd be great for that way Breece Hall can take his time and get healthy.
Yeah.
I think that would be Dalvin Cook's never had a quarterback. I don't even think in college. I don't think he's ever had a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
I don't think. I'm trying to. I know he ain't. I know he didn't.
We're not talking Minnesota. So
but I don't even think in college he's had someone at the ilk of Aaron Rodgers. So it's like Dalvin Cook could honestly look at a defensive front and not have to worry about it being loaded for the first time in his NFL career.
Hey man, 6-man front.
So I
5-6-man
mean,
front.
because you got Garrett Wilson on the outside. I
Lazard.
forgot that they had CJ Zuma from Cincinnati. He was not a tight end to
And
sneeze at.
don't forget about this guy said that. I forgot the guy's name. Corey, is it
Corey Davis.
Corey Davis? There's a
Corey
number two.
Davis.
Corey Davis is
Then they said-
Alan Lazard, that's 3 receivers.
Right, Alan Lazard, forgot about him. Then they said this kid that they drafted late in the round has been killing folk in camp. It's another wide number 16. I can't remember his name right now. He be killing people at camp. So Dalvin Cook, I'm surprised he didn't sign on Sunday because I'm just like, bro, you have a chance to look at an empty front for the first time in your career, bro. Like you are not the first person they're going to think about. I mean, he can really eat over there, and they would give you the money that you want because they got the cap room.
Well,
And then-
see, Dalvin Cook has to be willing to share the carries with Hall.
At this point, what running back is not going to be willing to share carries?
No, I'm not saying that, but he needs to prove it to them. He needs to tell them that because if he's not saying the right things, then the Jets are not going to bring him in.
Nah, I think. Well, no, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but I think if he got some sense, he gonna go to the Jets.
If keyword,
because I'm
not saying he doesn't have sense, but if is a key word.
They said I think they said it was like something like he said that it would be like a dream come true if he played for the Dolphins because he'd be back home in Miami. But that backfield is full, bro. Where you going to go?
It is full.
Yeah, it's already.
Like how many touches you think you're gonna get down there? Like at least you're gonna get a lion's share up here in New York.
Yeah. I just Miami wouldn't be a good place for Dalvin Cook right now.
I don't think so.
And people also mentioned Buffalo. Buffalo, there's nothing really wrong with Buffalo's running back room. They just refuse to run the ball. They just refuse
to run the ball.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like if they were more balanced, Buffalo would be more dangerous than what they are.
Yeah.
They'd be extremely dangerous if they were more balanced. It's the Josh Allen show, and it's 3rd and 1. Hey, let's do it. Let's
throw a 50-yard bomb.
Right.
Everybody go deep.
We got the lead at the end of the game. We only got this much time left. Let's run the ball. No, we're gonna throw it.
All 5 wide receivers. Let's go. Let's run fly routes.
They're like, 3rd and 2. Oh, deep post corner. What for what? Yeah. So that's the issue. But yeah, like I said, Aaron Rodgers taking that pay cut, man. He's all in, man. He's all in. I mean, at first I was a little leery. I was like, let's see, but nah, he all in. The Jets,
he's all in.
I think we're gonna see another repeat of how Tom Brady first year with Bucks, Matt Stafford first year with the. I think this is gonna be right along that same vein, the way it's looking right now with the Jets.
Well, I tell you what, he put the whole division and the conference on notice.
If they're not in, especially if they get Dalvin Cook, if they're not in the AFC Championship, it's a fail. I'm sorry. It's a fail. That team is way too loaded. Like we talk about Sauce Gardner. The corner on the other side, he a dog too. He'd be a 1 in some other teams.
DJ Reed.
He'd be a 1 in some other teams. You got CJ Mosley's back locked in. You got Quentin Williams happy. His brother's on. You got his brother signed. That defense is solid, man.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
we let DJ Williams walk out of San Francisco. DJ Reed, excuse me. DJ Reed walk out of San Francisco. That's the other corner.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no room for excuses with the Jets, man.
Yeah, they can make some hay. They really
with
a wide open,
and they're gonna make life hard. Like I said, that division is on notice.
That's what I'm saying. It's a wide open division. It
really is. Outside of New England, because I just don't have enough faith in New England. They didn't.
Well, how I feel about Mac Jones. So
they haven't done enough to move the needle. Mac Jones or no Mac Jones, they haven't done enough to move the needle.
Listen, I'm not saying Mac Jones is special, but I'm going to give Mac Jones a pass for last year. You had 2 defensive court. No, Brandon.
No.
Defensive coordinators.
Yeah, you had Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator, and you had
a special teamer.
Right.
Come on, man.
No, I know that. I know that. And Bill O'Brien is a good offensive coordinator.
Yes, terrible head coach, good offensive coordinator.
Yes,
So,
but what I'm saying though is, I'm not expecting Mac Jones to be over Josh Allen or Tua, or well, we're not even going to Aaron Rodgers. So,
well, here's the thing, and I know we got to go to the next topic. Bill Belichick has to get out of his brain that Mac Jones is not Tom Brady.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
It's not Tom Brady, and
No.
he doesn't have the talent to outgun any of those other AFC quarterbacks. So you need to build the team to help Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones has the intelligence,
but
it's like
I think
when,
he might be smart too.
But you know when it's like when people say people that can't they teach, or people that do they. I think Mac Jones is one of them. He ain't got the skill set to do the thing, but he probably get it in here.
I find it ironic.
He's limited. He's very limited.
I find it very ironic that for the longest period of time, New England had the best quarterback in the division, and now they probably arguably have the worst. Now they have the worst quarterback.
It's karma, man.
In the division.
karma, man.
Yeah.
The evil empire is got. They got to get they due. The evil empire got to get they due, man.
It's really funny. So yeah, this NFL top 100 has really got me.
I've never been so disturbed by a list.
I have said so many WTFs and WTHs looking at this list so far, and I'm like, y'all serious? Are you serious? Y'all playing, right?
Like, which 10 you want to go to? I got it broken up here, but which 10 you want to go to? Because I'm confused.
Where did we leave off last week?
So basically, this is where we are. We are at 80 to 71. So
all right, 80 to 71.
71 to Forrest Buckner, 80 Mark Andrews. So we can start there.
Okay, so we're starting with 80 and going up from there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So we have at 80. There's a
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Okay, fair enough.
He had injuries, so I get that. He was injured a lot of the season.
And in 79, I think Dre Greenlaw makes his first appearance on the countdown, which is fair.
That's
because
correct.
Honestly, had it not been for injury, he played better than Fred Warner did. Fred Warner's probably going to be ranked higher because of his name, but Dre Greenlaw is an absolute dog.
Oh, he was a dog. He flashed on my TV screen last season.
Then right behind him, you got Talanoa Hufanga, who was basically a All-Pro this year. I don't know how.
Light.
Right. I don't understand how Geno Smith is on this countdown.
It's by season. He had to be on the countdown.
Yeah, that's
by season.
That's the reason because he
wasn't he the most accurate? He was the most accurate.
He had a good season. Eric.
Come on, Eric. He had
the season.
He had to get on here, Eric.
Okay, so let me back up off that. I can see him on the top 100, but 77 is a bit high. I'm just saying.
Well, who's below him? Hold on, I can look this up real fast as far as quarter. No, it's about right. Who's below? It's about right for quarterback. Just think. I'm not thinking player wise. I'm just thinking for the quarterback.
Okay, so I'm thinking player wise. I'm thinking player wise. I'm not thinking quarterback wise.
Yeah, there's some players I would put over him for sure. But but quarterback wise, he's in the right spot. He's in the right spot.
So moving on, Tariq Woolen is very underrated. 76. Okay,
I think for that to be his debut on the 100, like
that's pretty high for a debut.
Yeah.
Buda
but
Baker.
he was a beast last year, though, man. I mean, if it wasn't for Sauce Gardner, we would have been talking about Tariq Woolen all season for the cornerbacks.
Trey Hendricks is 75. Garrett Wilson is 74. I'm okay with that.
I don't know how I feel about Garrett Wilson being at 74, man.
You think he's too low?
Yeah, man. You had Zach Wilson throwing on the ball and still amassed 1,100 yards. That's Wilson.
True. That's true.
I
think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. We keep going.
So we're moving on because we still got to get all the way up here to the 40s. 73 is Buda Baker. Way too low.
Way too low.
Because he was on a trash team.
He was on a trash team. Yeah.
But he is within division. My team has to see this guy twice a year, and he is like the only thing that we worried about on their defense. Like, okay, where's Buda Baker? Where is he? You know, Lamar Jackson, 72.
Disrespectful.
Disrespect.
But now, do they have him at 7-2 because he got hurt?
It's still disrespectful.
Yeah, he's better.
Okay.
DeForest Buckner, 71. You know, okay. Matt Milano, 669. Matt Milano.
Oh, you skipped over Joey?
Oh, wait, did I skip over somebody?
Yeah, Joey Bosa at 70.
Oh, Joey Bosa at 70. I'm sorry, I didn't scroll over. Joey Bosa at 70.
He dropped 40 spots.
Yeah, I think his brother's better than him.
His brother is better than him.
And then Matt Milano's at 69. Zach Martin's at 68. I think that's too low.
Was he hurt last year? He wasn't hurt last year.
Who?
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin.
No, Zach Martin. He had a slight calf injury, but I don't think he missed too much time.
He's the best guard in football.
If he didn't miss that much time, this is way too low.
He's the best guard in football.
Yeah,
man.
if he didn't miss that much time, it's way too low. Way too low.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Matter of fact, I'll double check while y'all keep talking, but I don't think he missed that much
Go
time.
ahead, Eric. 6 or 7.
Amon Ross St. Brown. I think he's a little underrated at 67 because he was like the air attack in Detroit. Like,
I think it'll be even better this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm if he's there when I do my fantasy draft, I'm taking him.
Yeah.
At the right time because I mean he's fantasy points and he gets it. He gets after it.
Yeah.
Jared Goff, 66.
That's the thing. Real quick, Zach Martin did not miss any games at all.
Oh, way too low.
So he's way too low. Zach Martin's way too low.
That's disrespectful.
He's the best guard in football right now.
Yeah, way too low.
You know, but Jared Goff is at 66. He's doing well. Okay. Yeah.
4,400 yards, 29 touchdowns.
Yeah.
65% completion rate.
Darius Slay, 65. Thoughts?
He's up 12 spots. He was lower last year.
Yeah, I think no, because of the Eagles' success, they made him look like he was like the bomb, but he shouldn't be up.
He got exposed. He got exposed a couple times.
He got exposed a couple.
I was going to say I think he's overrated. I think both their corners are overrated.
I don't know if I put him as overrated because even in Detroit he was a dog. I just don't think he's where they're trying to put him.
Okay, let me put it this way: Eagles fans are overrating both of them.
Yeah, like I would care seeing Slay. Now, Scary Terry will still dog him, but I would care that Slay is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grady Jarrett, 63.
That's fair.
Bobby Wagner, 62. I got an issue with that. At this point in his career, Dre Greenlaw is better than Bobby Wagner.
But he dropped 33 spots. So I think they just gave that to him off of merit.
Yeah, well, we're gonna give it to you off your name, but we know we ain't trying to drop you completely out the bottom.
Well, here's because I get to see the details of what they did. So he's 33 years old. The man had 140 tackles, a career high 6 sacks, 10 tackles for losses, 10 QB hits, and 3 interceptions. Those are pretty solid numbers let alone for someone at 33.
Especially middle linebacker, because
the middle linebacker position.
He wasn't much of a bliss in Seattle, was he?
No.
So for him to get 6 sacks, that's a lot.
At age 33 and from the Mike position, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it really is.
And he still dropped 33 spots. So I think that's kind of fair.
Okay, so Deebo Samuel's at 61. I think
way too low.
Fair. No, I think that's fair. He had an off season. Even he admitted that last season was terrible for him.
I see what happened. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean he was still the explosive player that he was, but
not like the year before.
But by his own volition, he's like, no, I was trash. He came out and said I was trash, and he's been on a tear this offseason as far as conditioning himself and getting better. And
I see the numbers.
Yeah. So he kind of fell off. Okay. But I think next year he'll be higher because he's on a mission because nobody's saying he's trash. He's saying he was trash last year.
I see the numbers, so I understand.
Yeah, so yeah, 61 is about right. Trayvon Diggs, 60. I think that's fair.
Here's the thing with Trayvon Diggs. The reason why it's slightly fair, but it's slightly not fair, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why I say it's slightly not fair is because they're basing it off of him having that 11 interception season the year prior. Because
Which was in my opinion, was a
he
one-off.
dropped 37 spots.
Yeah.
I think if he was somewhere in the 50s, I'd have been like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that he should be in, at 60. That's about par for the course. I'm okay with that. Anything higher than that, I'd be like, wait a minute, stop. But Justin Simmons is 59, safety for Denver.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons, 58. Defensive tackle,
Tennessee. Yeah, he's a good defensive tackle.
I still think DeForest Buckner's a little bit better than him. Jordan Poyer, 57.
He had a bad season based on his standard.
Okay. Rain Dakota Prescott, 56.
If I'm doing it based off the quarterback position, not players, off quarterback position in my mind, he's right where he needs to be.
Okay.
Based off last season.
Okay.
To 12 games, 15 interceptions. If I base it off player, he too high.
Very high. That's what I'm going off a player. I'm not.
It's not even right. And I'm not even saying this as a trolling thing. I'm saying if you're going off of player, he too high. Because for you to play 12 games and throw 15 interceptions is crazy to me. Yeah, but off of quarterback, based on in my head, he right where he needs to be. I might have put, if we're going season by season, I might have put Jared Goff over him.
Yeah.
To be honest.
55 is Tony Pollard.
Yep.
Okay. 54 is Brian Burns. I think he's a little low, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he came up 22 spots. It's the Panthers been so bad, so you don't really get to, But Brian Burns is solid.
He's definitely underrated pass rusher.
Yeah, he's been solid for them.
Right. Mike Evans is 53. I think that's a reflection of not, Brady wasn't at his best. He was on his way out, and it just, that it didn't bode well for Mike. So I think he's gonna be worse this year coming because you got Kyle Trask and doggone Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Man, dude, I'll be asking for a trade. Anyway, Jonathan Allen is 52.
Real fast, let me say this. When your teammate when they said, tell us what you think about Baker Mayfield, and he said, and your teammate, the first thing come out of his mouth, he's a great locker room guy. That's all you need to know.
That translation. He's cheeks.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue.
Jonathan Allen's 52.
Now let me tell you something about this. Now he came up 36 spots to 52. But let me tell you something. Tell me there are only 3 defensive tackles that I can think of better than him in the game.
Okay.
I better not see no more than 3 other defensive tackles' name come up on this list as this list keep going. And the 3 that I'm thinking of is, of course, Aaron Donald.
Correct.
Chris Jones.
Correct.
And Vita Vea. I better not see no other D tackle above Jonathan Allen other than them 3, or else we're going to have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you right now. Because I already felt Daron Payne was too low. This right here, the next 3, it better be them 3 and that's it. You
about to be upset because there's one in the next tier that's above him. You're going to be like, what?
Man, listen.
What?
Listen.
Okay, moving on. Cameron Jordan, 50.
You skipped Aaron Rodgers at 51.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers at 51. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers at 51. Yeah.
Which I think is still disrespectful. Even with the bad season he had, I think that's a little disrespectful. Yeah. I'd have put him in like the 30s or something. It's still Aaron Rodgers. I'd have put him in the 30s.
Because I guess they had him that low because maybe he was, partial owner of the Bears. But anyway, let me move on. Cameron Jordan, 50. I think that's par for the course at defense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pat Surtain, the second, 49.
I got to see who the other cornerbacks are above him because I think to me, I think that's a little low. I think,
Yeah, he's a very very good corner.
man, he is.
He's clamps.
Man, what?
You talk about just whoever your number one is, you just put him over there and just leave him.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a star corner.
So Hassan Reddick, 48. I think that's low.
I think that's a little low for Hassan Reddick. He exploded last year, and a big reason.
He's probably the third best pass rusher in the league.
I'm about to say, you took the words out of my mouth. Like
Yeah. Because you got Nick Bosa, you got the boy from Dallas, Parsons, and then Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the third best.
Yeah, he tied with Myles Garrett for second most sacks, 16.
Yeah. He's third or fourth. I forgot about Myles Garrett. So he's third or fourth as an edge rusher.
Where do you put TJ Watt?
Oh crap! I forgot about TJ Watt.
He might not be on the list,
but because of his injury.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did get hurt.
But this year, Hassan Reddick was probably in the top 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Cooper Kupp, 47.
Yeah,
I'm feeling some type of way. I don't know.
No, I'm not.
Here's the one that upsets me. CJ Mosley, 46.
I think it's a little low.
I think it's a little high.
You think it's a little high?
I think it's a little high.
I think it's a little high too.
I think it's a little high.
No one really talks. No one really talks about CJ Mosley like that anymore. Yeah. I'm not saying he's not good linebacker, but no one really talks about Mosley.
I think that Dre Greenlaw is better than CJ Mosley at this point in their careers. I want to be clear on that.
Greenlaw, what does Greenlaw play? Outside or Mike?
He plays. He's a switcher. He goes from strong to weak because Fred Warner's the Mike. Okay, so I'm about to make you mad, Tristan. Cam Hayward, 45.
No. And I like Cam Hayward. He's not better than Jonathan Allen.
Yeah. Jalen Waddle, 44.
Yeah, he's up 19. He's up 19 spots. You got Tyreek Hill over there. He ain't going to explode, but for so much.
Here's another one. Demario Davis, 43.
I mean, he's one of the few bright spots over there for the Saints as far as defense concerned. It's Cam Gordon, Mario.
He's in his mid-30s and still balling.
Man.
Balling. And no one talks about him.
I think
no one talks about Demario Davis.
I think he's a product of that Saints defense is really good.
It was his 6th season getting 100+ tackles, his 10th season getting at least 90.
And he's the heart of it. So yeah, I can see that. So 42, Kirk Cousins. I don't like that. But I'm just going off of what
again. If I separate player and just look at quarterback,
I know
he's right where he's supposed to be.
Okay,
and I think that's what they're doing with these quarterbacks.
Kirk Cousins got stashed because he was force feeding Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's not in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins not even in the top 100.
Absolutely, I think he would say that himself.
And don't forget about T.J. Hockenson being midway through the season.
That's true too.
He's one of the better tight ends. Lane Johnson, 41.
That's right. He might be a little low. I gotta see the other offensive tackles.
Okay, so we're in our last tier so far, and we're going to 40 to 31, and this is the tier that had me about ready to flip over tables.
Yeah, this is madness.
This is insane. Okay, here we go. Quentin Williams at 40. I don't have a problem with that. I know Tristan might because he thinks Jonathan Allen's better than Quentin Williams.
Right now, I think Quentin Williams probably end up being better. I think he's more physically gifted, but yeah, right now, no.
Okay, Jamar Chase at 39. This pisses me off because I'm gonna tell you why in a couple of more spots. Why this is like that's insane.
Don't make no sense.
Because the next receiver that we get to should be below Jamar Chase.
Makes no sense to me.
Yeah. So Khalil Mack, 38. I think that's a bit high.
I think so too. I don't know. Is Khalil Mack even the same that he used to be?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
I didn't think so.
38 no, that's too high. Jason Kelce, 37.
That man keeps ticking.
Best center in the game.
Jason Kelce keeps ticking, man.
I'm okay with that.
The last 3 seasons, last 3 off seasons, he's been talking about retirement, and he's
still
going.
rocking. Mm-hmm.
He's still my goodness.
Okay, so these
and I hate the Eagles.
These next three are the ones that I'm about to flip over tables and lose all my stuff about.
Yeah, see, like, go
So
ahead.
here we go. Jalen Ramsey is 36.
Bye.
Stop the
Patrick
cap.
Patrick Surtain is the first name that popped in my
It's
mind.
better than Jalen Ramsey.
Better than Jalen Ramsey at this
Tariq
point.
Woolen at this point is better than Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, isn't he above is he above Sauce or no?
No,
No, Sauce ain't been mentioned yet.
Sauce is
Okay.
what he
Okay.
Sauce
yeah,
probably gonna be in the 20s.
yeah, he gonna be
Yeah.
in the 20s. But Jalen Ramsey should not be 36 overall. That's just an example of basically being the name.
So they're
Yeah,
saying he
Terry.
made. See. This is the thing. When you got to think about these positions, they said Ramsey made a career high 88 tackles. There's a reason why it's a career high 88 tackles.
Because he ain't breaking up passes.
He ain't breaking up passes.
There it is.
He ain't breaking up
It
passes.
ain't like my dad used to say, it ain't rocket surgery. That's what it is. That's why you got high tackles, because you ain't breaking up passes no more. You not clamps no more, son.
But you know what's great? He's still going to probably end up being a Hall of Famer by the time he's done. Honestly, if Jalen Ramsey right now made up his mind and say, you know what, I'm gonna play safety, he'd be a dog at safety.
I don't know, because he misses a lot of tackles too. You got
Nah.
that,
I think he misses a lot of tackles because he still be trying to bet on the ball as a corner. He still think he that dude, that twitchy boy, and he not that no more. But I think if he plays safety, I think he'd be good.
No, that's fair. Okay, here's the next one that upsets me. Christian
Too low.
McCaffrey at 35.
Too low.
Very low.
Too low. Didn't he get traded like in the middle of the season?
Yes, he did.
Bro, look at the number. Bro, my man had
That's an insult.
1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns in 11 games. Bro, 35?
Yeah.
What are we talking about, y'all? What are we talking
Right.
about, y'all?
Wait, now this is the one that really upset me. CD Lamb, 34. You trying to tell me that CD Lamb is better than Jamar?
Yeah,
I'm finna.
yeah. That
Man, if you don't get your stop the cap.
that's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
And then okay, that's just receivers. You trying to tell me CD Lamb is a better player than Christian McCaffrey? Come on, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. They got Cowboy fans that won't even admit to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, 33 is Matt Judon.
That's fine.
fair. Yeah.
That's fair.
Justin Herbert's 32.
Oh, I done lost my place. Go ahead.
Justin Herbert's 32.
And then 31 is Saquon.
And then 31 is Saquon.
Yep. I'm
Yeah,
fine with those.
and an argument can be had between Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey right there. Because they on the same tier.
Yeah, but
It's quality.
but Saquon had 1,300 rushing yards. Like Christian McCaffrey had 1,200 in 11 games, bro. Like in 11 games, I'd have put Christian above Saquon, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I think Christian McCaffrey should be higher.
Yeah, I'd have flip flopped them two because
like I said, Christian only played 11 games and damn near got the same stats.
like he was almost y'all team's MVP. Like,
Dude, and was really,
it
truthfully,
was traded halfway in the season, bro. Like that's
did not know the whole playbook. Was like, okay, you gonna put me in with this package?
They
Bet. I
basically-
bet you I'm finna get in the end zone.
they basically told Christian McCaffrey like we're gonna give you a couple packages and we just want you to go out there and do your thing. Like
Right. And I'm
we're gonna
like,
get you the ball. Don't worry, we're just gonna get you the ball some way.
yeah, so this top tier right here, this 40 to 31 is a travesty. It's a sham and a mockery. It's a Travis Sham mockery. That's what it is.
A Travis Sham mockery.
I'm like, dude, you're not gonna sit up here and convince me. And I just got a feeling in my heart of hearts that it's gonna be worse when we go from 30 to 1. It's gonna be some stuff like, what? Wait, what? I got a feeling. They finna hit us with the whammy.
It's gonna be interesting. And we're gonna find out the next few days, and we're gonna talk about it next Tuesday on another episode of Just a Fan Podcast.
So,
That
yeah,
wraps up.
That's our show. So make sure if you're watching us on live on Twitter or Facebook, make sure you mosey on over. That's a Texas word. Mosey on over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We need the YouTube subscribers, so please. Once again, I'd like to thank Christian Moran Herrera for the Pando 316 shirts. If you like to get one, let me know.
I'm getting my shirt.
I'm getting my shirt too. Hey, now, listen, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. You can follow us on Twitter, IG, Facebook, and Instagram. You can listen to us on Google, Apple, and Spotify podcasts.
TikTok.
And TikTok. Thank you.
We on TikTok.
Yeah, you can follow us on TikTok.
We have time. We try to make a TikTok every now and then. We need to get TikTok going a little bit more.
This the TikTok man right here.
Yeah, that's Mr. TikTok down there.
Yeah, that's
everybody think that's my channel. I'm like, no, that's our channel.
I mean, no, it is our channel, but you're the TikTok man.
Mr. TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I get a take in the middle of the week, I'm gonna come on there and talk about it because, and again, if you see one of our TikToks, he's like, hey man, I agree with that. Come on the show and talk about it in the chat box. I disagree with it. Come on the show and talk about it. But be careful because if you disagree, you better be able to defend your statement.
Be able to defend it.
Because at the end of the day, you can sit up and talk about your team. You can talk about your players. Well, Pando 316 says I just proved you wrong, son. So
City boy.
Make sure you know what you're talking about.
Let's go. All right, so yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Pando 316.
The topics.
The defensive minded right there. Got a shirt.
The good guy with the black hat.
I can't wait to get my shirt. I'm trying to tell you, Christian, you did your thing.
Facts. That direction, you guys already know, man. Trish TV, I'm down, set, hut. That's the one, Trish TV. Quarter host, NFL Encyclopedia, NFL Mind. The Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, because I do some things, but I don't do everything that he does.
That's right.
But, Coach Williams, you know it. Y'all have a good one. Good night. See y'all next Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Peace.